Okay, let's start the practice. So, finding a way to sit or lie down or stand that is not too loose and not too tight. In a way, our posture is an embodiment of our attitude to practice. There's a sincerity and importance to what we're doing, but at the same time, not too much striving, not too many expectations. So relaxed, but not becoming like a zombie. And feeling into the posture, not like checking it from the outside, but just feeling. Are you letting the seat take the weight of your body? Your shoulders at ease. There's an invitation to relax, but if there's a resistance to relaxing, just allow that to be there too. There's a way of sitting that allows the breath and the energy to flow freely through your body. And as we keep reminding ourselves, the mindfulness practice is knowing what's happening when it's happening, whatever it is, rather than trying to fabricate something and get rid of the stuff we don't want. So, in that spirit, take a few moments to listen to yourself. Listen as you would listen to a friend. What thoughts? What are you thinking? What thoughts have been with you so far this morning? Maybe looking back, you might notice that a lot of the thoughts you weren't aware of them at the time as they were happening. That's not a reason to be angry or cross with yourself. It's an observation. Is it possible to know what you're thinking as it happens? Do this in the spirit of acceptance, curiosity, and also in the knowledge that if we're aware of thoughts, they don't rule our lives in the same way. What are you thinking? And then if you were meeting up with a friend, you'd say, "How are you doing? How are you today?" So, how do you feel? And taking the time to listen and listening without judgment. How do you feel? And the feeling might not have a name, and that's all right. It might be shifting, it might be more than one thing, but just tuning in, noticing that there always is some internal weather, making allowances for that, starting from where we are. How do you feel? And then turning attention to this body that's with us, often neglected. Maybe dropping into this body with a willingness to experience the sensations as if you just landed here. The points of contact, resting on the seat, maybe feet touching the floor, how the hands are resting. So much going on in this human body. And sort of with a willingness to suspend evaluation and interpretation. What would it be like to just experience the sensation? Perhaps if there's a sensation that just presents itself, maybe you wish it wasn't there. Maybe you like it, you wish it would stay. Is it possible to just for a few moments experience being in this body? Just as it is, but always changing. And then what about the movement that happens in your body as you breathe? Maybe noticing that the breath comes and goes, whatever we do, whether we pay attention or not. How would it be to have an intention to simply know that you are breathing? And this comes without pressure. Doesn't have to be a big deal. Just a decision or a choice to have a knowing that you're breathing there as a reference point. Just maintaining that. How would you do that? It might be possible to maintain that awareness of breath, even as thoughts appear, display, go on their way. Is that possible? And sometimes you might notice that you've got lost in the story, that you're not right here on this seat, breathing, knowing that you're breathing. How did that happen? How did you notice? How would you come home to knowing that you're breathing? Finding out for yourself what would be too loose, that there's not enough attention with the breath so that you get lost. What would be too tight that you can feel the striving in your body. It varies from time to time. What's it like now? How would you find the balance? And the balance is never perfect. It's a relief. getting lost, coming home, resting at home, knowing what's happening, supported by the breath. Beyond ideas of succeeding and failing. Perhaps turning attention to the sensations in the body, how you hold in your body, how it's sitting there. Trust in the seat, that you don't really need to do very much at all to sit here. Trust in the body to know when it's time to let go of breath, when it's time to breathe in. Maybe sitting here with the attitude of friendship towards yourself. All the ups and downs of your life so far. Holding them with kindness. And knowing that thinking will happen. And that we don't always have to be involved. So for a moment, just rest, off duty. No need to meditate. Still knowing, awake. Then perhaps a few moments of looking back on the practice. Maybe looking back on what practice has brought into your life. Maybe an aspiration and an appreciation of the way that this ability to simply sit and breathe brings a richness into our lives and helps us to help others. And so with this in mind, perhaps we could dedicate or share the benefits of the practice.